Stay organized.
I need better glasses. I can't see shit.
Well, we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to the Baggers and Brews live stream. Tonight, we are on talking about Sturgis 2020.
Hell yeah.
And we're all very excited to be headed. Well, some of us are headed west, some of us are headed east, I guess. But tonight we got on guests that are also heading to Sturgis this year. So we wanted to get them on, talk a little Sturgis, see what they got going on. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Very good. Thank you.
Good, man.
We have Austin and George, obviously, from the Baggers and Brews Crew. And we have Tom from Dirty D's.
What's up?
We got Blacktop Devil and Bell from Bell's Rides. All three are also motovloggers, YouTubers, and they are all making the journey to Sturgis this year. So we're just excited to hear about what they got going on and talk a little bit about what we got going on and just have a little conversation.
That's awesome,
So,
dude. Hey, can I open it up, or do you already have
yeah,
something?
go for it. Go ahead, man.
I'm going to put everybody on this channel on blast. No, I'm kidding, man.
Oh, snap. Hold up. Let me grab another
First
beer.
of all, man, it's going to be badass to see you guys because I know our trips are going to kind of, overlap a little bit, right? So that's going to be cool. But I really wanted to talk a little bit to Bell and get more information on the ride for Ish because, Bell, you're doing that ride. There's a registration. I don't think I'm registered. There's a fee. How do we do that?
No, you could do it $10 since you haven't done it, unless you want to do it online. If you want to do it online, just go to my website. I think George was going to post it. You could go on there and pay the $10 per person and registration to get to the ride on August 9th at 10 o'clock at Deluxe Harley Davidson in Sundance, Wyoming. Or you could wait until the day of and pay for everything there and sign it and all that stuff. So with a ticket, you get 2 raffle tickets and for your chance to win the goodies that I got the sponsors to donate.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right, cool.
So the video
Yeah.
is linked. The link for the tickets is linked in the description below in the video. So if I just told my wife just go buy a ticket, we're not going to make it in there, until the evening. So we're not going to make the ride. So, it's $10. It supports a good cause. Even if you're not going, go down there, hit the link, buy a ticket, and support the cause.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys.
We'll do that too.
I was telling the guys earlier that my biggest fear is that like 5 people will show up or 500 people. 5 people, not very many people showing up and be boring and, me. It would just be one more person to make it 5 because there's 4 in my party. That's one fear. And then the other fear is 500 people show up and I only have bags for 100 people. So,
100.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm excited though. It's going to be a lot of fun. Even if it was just a few people, that ride is epic. It is such a beautiful ride. I love it.
Where are you riding?
So from Sundance, Wyoming, you go west, and then you take the highway that goes right by Devil's Tower, and it goes through this little town called Hewlett, Wyoming. They're famous for the No Panties Wednesday. And then ending at the historic, it is freaking awesome, the Stonehouse Saloon. And it's so cool. It's just a stone house in the middle of a cow pasture. But everybody goes there during Sturgis. It's a very famous, popular place.
Now, the ride is on the 9th. That is a Wednesday, isn't it?
It's a Sunday. Nice try, though.
Yeah, nice.
Sneaky little devil, aren't you?
Always an angle with that one. Always an angle.
Right?
So real quick before we keep moving on, I don't know, you guys might not be drinking anything, but for you clowns in the Baggers crew here, what are you guys drinking tonight?
We are drinking the homebrew Sturgis IPA that we're bringing a case with us to the Sturgis, and it's supposed to be 6.8%. Austin said it drinks like it's 5%, and I feel like it's 8%.
Being a lightweight today.
No, this is pretty strong.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, actually. It's better than what I was expecting for George making it.
I gotta be honest. Like, I know why Bells isn't drinking because she's in an RV and she's headed to Sturgis, but
I'm a passenger.
So,
This is Golden Road Mango Cart.
Golden Road, okay. Golden Road. Brian, it's a work night, huh?
Yeah, I'm not drinking. I don't even have a water in front of me, so.
That's right. No cigar for you, Tom? No cigar? Okay, there you go.
Nice.
There you
I like
go.
to get my hands on one of those cigarillos that people roll they like cut them open and roll their own cigars with. So I'm going with I don't even know what this is. I think it's called a White Owl or something.
looks like a
It looks
Swisher.
like it's sweet.
A Swisher, yeah. It might be a Swisher.
Other people call it a blunt.
Yeah.
Well, I know, man. Yeah, I got mine.
All right.
Very cool.
So, since we had
wait.
Bell talking, wait, what's up?
Let me ask a quick question, because Belle, and just touching back on the ride, you're having Bombshell is going to sing, isn't she?
Yes.
Oh,
So at 10 o'clock. So you got to be there a little early because registration starts at 10. And I'm going to kind of do it like a baseball game or a football game where that's like the first thing to happen. So the national anthem will be at 10 o'clock or around 10:05. But I plan on being there like at early. So I'll be there just in case everybody starts showing up. But Bombshell Biker will be singing the national anthem. And then right before the ride, Daryl Tullison from Tullison Life will be blessing the ride. Make sure everybody's nice and safe.
nice.
So, how do you know him?
I just started watching his channel, and he knows that Andy was in law enforcement, and we just had a connection from Leo being a Blue family, and we've just become friends.
Ooh.
And he was like a police. What was he, like a police chief or?
He was a deputy chief for Atlanta.
Okay.
And excuse me,
I
who was
stumbled
that?
across his channel like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. I mean, they were RVing and they had their motorcycles. Just stumbled across them, and I was watching them too. So I thought that was neat when you announced that he was doing that. I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
I know, dude.
And so Clay will be there, his wife, and so will his twin brother, David.
Okay, cool.
Who was that?
Yeah. The Tullison Life. Daryl
They have
Tullison.
a channel. They have their own channel. They RV. He rides a motorcycle. They just kind of tour around, do a lot of different stuff. It's a good channel.
Pretty cool.
Cool. So what else other than the ride do you have planned or do you have going on while you're out in Sturgis?
Oh, well, see, last year we did everything in the 7 days, and it was a shit ton of people. There was like 740,000 people last year, and it was just crowded everywhere. So we're going to basically do the same thing that we did last year, but a lot more relaxing. And I'm hoping for faster runs, faster than 8 miles an hour. So that part was mind-blowing. It was so hard for me to be patient. But, like the needles and Mount Rushmore and the Devils, and there's a what is that? Iron Mountain, I think it's called, or something like that. There's a lot of areas that I just want to explore, and I want to mess around at Devil's Tower, climb and walk around and get some exercise as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, and drink beer. There's a lot of breweries in the area.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. And my favorite place is Spearfish. It's a restaurant in the town of Spearfish, and they have this blackened prime rib that is freaking to die for.
Wow.
It's not blackened, it's smoked. And it's amazing. And they have the coldest beer on local breweries in the area. It's awesome. It's so good.
That sounds awesome.
I pre-made barbecue stuff, and I marinated all of our meat ahead of time and had a shit ton of food with us. And we ate twice at our RV because we were at that Spearfish almost every night. And we had the exact same thing almost every night. It was so good.
Wow. That had to be good.
It was amazing.
Nice.
We have a buddy in Nebraska. He sent us a list of breweries to hit. So
Where is that one that had that mango? Is it south of Deadwood? I can't remember the name of it, but it's south of Deadwood, and they have this mango hef that tastes like vanilla cream soda.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's freaking awesome. It's so good.
Oh,
It's
it's going to
kinda
be a dangerous trip.
It's kind of like Cali cream with nitro.
Wow. Sounds good.
Wow.
Okay, so Blacktop. Tell us about your plans. What do you got going on?
We got very light plans. We're going up Saturday the 8th, and we're going to do like a little mini meet thing at Full Throttle that night. We're just hoping to meet a bunch of the subscribers because, we get a lot of people that repeat comment and stuff, so I want to meet them if they're there.
That's cool.
So hopefully that'll be a good time. And same deal. I hope more than 5 people show up and less than 500. I only have so many stickers. But after that, I'm trying to figure out how to go on the blue ride, but we're going to the Zero booth that morning, so I'm trying to figure out that whole situation. But really, after that, we're just gonna kind of like dick around until Baggers and Brews guys get there, and then we'll just like follow them around the rest of the time, I guess. We're probably gonna stick around till I think the 12th is we're just gonna come home on the 12th, and we can it's to and from in a day, so it's about an 8-hour ride up there, so it's not bad. So we'll probably just wake up morning, Wednesday morning, I guess it would be, and just ride home. But yeah, we're pretty open as far as what to do. So that's why I'm trying to get like as many motovloggers or whatever that are up there together. Maybe we, everybody can hang out, or so this people have some downtime, whatever.
Absolutely.
We've been up there enough times to where we've ridden all the roads and everything. So if I'm tagging along with somebody, that's why I'll just be a follower.
And you started
What time is your thing?
What's that?
Yeah, what time?
What time is your meetup?
We're going to do it at 6 p.m. at Full Throttle Saloon. And we'll probably be there a little earlier. I hope. We were originally going to come up on the 7th, but that got pushed. So now we're going to go up the 8th. So it'll be a kind of a long day, but it'll be fine. So
you're coming up on the 8th, and your meetup is on the 8th.
Yep.
Okay.
So it'll be a long day for us, but it'll be all right.
Yeah. And are you staying at a campground?
Yes. Well, no. The first night we're doing it different this year because I got more camera gear and I don't want to stay in a campground. And Lady Devil really doesn't want to stay in a campground, so we're gonna hotel it and first night's going to be in Rapid City. Second night we're going to stay in Hill City. There's a brewery there I want to check out.
Yep.
And then we're going to crash with you guys if that's still cool.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
We'll find a place to lay our heads.
Absolutely. It'd be a good
We
time.
got you.
Tom,
Yo, man.
what do you got going on?
Dude, well, first of all, I love what Blacktop said, man. We have to all get together, dude. Absolutely. That's got to be a given. I don't know if it's on the 9th, the 10th, or what, but I'm going to be there from the 6th and leaving on the 11th. So anytime in there, dude, we got to do it. I know that some, like I was saying, some of our trips overlap. I'm excited about the whole thing, dude. I'm excited about the ride up there. I'm excited about staying at. Me and the Baggers and Brews guys happen to be staying all in the same city.
Yeah.
Just kind of stumbled across that today, and it's
Really?
a tiny little city, and it's in the Black Hills. So the cool thing is, man, like, so I'm doing the trip, right? The last day before the 6th, so the 5th, if you look at a map of the Black Hills Park, you're going to see at the very bottom, there's a city called Hot Springs. So on the 5th, I'm staying in Hot Springs. And then the morning of the 6th, I'm going to go through the entire Black Hills until we get to the city where we're staying. That
Okay.
in itself is just a hell of a way to start the trip. And then I'm staying in a house with some other motor vloggers, and I'm going to miss people's names, but because it's kind of grown and shrunk a little bit. But Christopher David Lawson, Meatball Rebel, Bombshell Biker, Bearded Bobber, obviously, all staying in the same place, dude. So that's gonna be freaking awesome.
So you're gonna leave riding an Indian then?
Hell no. Hey, somebody's got to class up the joints a little bit, man. That's why I'm there. I'm there to keep people in line.
Dirty D's is the self-appointed CEO of Harley Davidson.
That's right.
Hey, you know what? They had one of those quarterly calls 2 days ago. I was on it. It was a snore fest, dude. I was like, are you kidding me? Can't make any kind of video. This is bullshit. Yeah.
Wow.
Then their stock dropped. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the whole thing, dude. I'm mainly looking forward to the rides. Getting some great pictures, man. Going to Mount Rushmore. Really want to do that. The rally itself, yeah, sure. I mean, we'll be there. It'll be cool.
Yeah.
It'll be neat, man.
I know. I'm extremely excited about this trip, the whole thing, every aspect of it.
Tell us about it, Austin.
Tell you about it. I don't know. I haven't had enough yet for that.
Tell me about it.
No, just from the experience we had going down to Texas, you know, the ride out there is what I look forward to. And then meeting all these great people out there. It's going to be epic. Like I was said, it's going to be great.
This ride's a little bit longer.
Oh, even better, because we could have gone more last time.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear you, man. My first day, I'm riding 8 hours, and I still won't leave Texas.
Wow.
That's Texas.
So that's day one I'm not looking forward to. The rest of them, yes. But day one, 8 hours and still in Texas. It's kind of like getting kicked in the nuts after 8 hours, man.
And that'll put you up by what? Oh, you said up by Amarillo?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I'm going to stay in Amarillo that first night. And then that's about 8 hours. The second day is going to be about 6.5 hours. And then spend the night in Denver, Colorado. And then the next day, ride about 5 hours to Hot Springs. And then Hot Springs to the place is only an hour and a half. So I have all day to dick around before we check in. So I think check-in's around, I don't know, sometime in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So how many miles for you from where you're at?
It's going to be close to 1,500 each way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah,
a whole.
depending on route, if nothing screwy happens with detours and things. But yeah, I'm taking my time getting up there.
So
Good stuff.
the question is, are you going to go to the Big Texan and have a $100 steak
Oh, hell no.
in Amarillo?
Nope.
No?
That's more
Not
than my
doing
hotel room that night. I went on Priceline last night and priced them all out. But I tell you what, man, I did get a good deal. One of the cities on Priceline, it was for $55. We picked one of these 3-star hotels. So it was like $55. All right. So I did that one, and it gave me a hotel that they had later on in the site for $120. So that was cool, man. The deals are out there, dude.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, you kind of roll the dice on that one because you don't know what hotel it is, but I mean, 3 stars fine. Come on, what do we need?
Right.
A bed and a shower. That's all, man.
So headed out, we only booked the last night before we get to Sturgis. So I forget the name of the town, but it's about 200 miles from Sturgis. I think it was about 200 miles from Sturgis in South Dakota. And we booked that one, but the other 2 nights, we're just going to wing it and see where we end up because we want to try to push as many miles as we can the first 2 days.
Yeah.
So we don't want to book a room and then be stuck just, going to that spot if we might have been able to get further.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So we're kind of winging it. We got the girls, we got the wives in the van, and they'll be able to get on their phones and find a hotel and make a reservation and hook it up. So it should be good.
We lost Bells. Bells is actually in an RV on her way to Sturgis.
Yeah.
So she was phoning in with mobile internet connection, so it just looks like we lost her. Sorry, Tom. What were we going to say?
No, I was going to say, man, you shouldn't have any problems finding hotels these days. The ones that I've stayed at recently have been just dead, dude, and they have scaled down their employees there. They've scaled down their services. Like, the deals are out there.
Yeah, that's kind of what we figured.
Yeah, unless of course you're looking to stay in Sturgis itself, but like on the way up there, the smaller little towns shouldn't have a problem.
Nice. Yeah. Justin, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Bert?
How you doing?
There he is.
Sorry, boys. Trying to get everything arranged this evening.
So Justin is extra member of our group. George and I went to high school with Justin, and he now lives out in Michigan, right?
Yep, just outside Detroit.
Just outside Detroit, and he's going to meet up with us and make the trip out to Sturgis. He's staying with us. And then you're heading back a little early, right?
Yeah, I'm going to leave out Friday morning.
Okay.
It's a rough time at work these days. So.
Oh, snap. So
Rick
you
have a comfy bike?
Yeah,
rented
I
a bike, right?
Yeah, with all the COVID stuff, buying a bike this year wasn't going to happen. So I ended up renting an Ultra.
There you go.
Yeah. I figured I'd go for all the bags.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm going to be unsupported on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Never hear anyone complain they have too much space,
No, you actually can't have too much
Packed
space.
in very quick, though. Careful.
So the Buell wasn't going to make it. That's a torture wreck. So that's not a bike for this trip. And the Suzuki just, again, isn't the right bike for this trip. So
Yeah.
Because who wants to be in Sturgis on a Suzuki? Not that 2 wheels is better than no wheels, but
George might disown me.
All right, so I got a couple questions for everybody just to stir up some conversation. Brainstorming on some questions. So, and George and Austin got these ahead of time, so if their answers are better, that's because they had time to prepare for this.
Oh, we had to study for this? What?
Yeah, well, you probably didn't even look at it. Hi.
Hi, guys.
this is Devil. What's up?
So, number one. Where'd it go? So, if you could only do or go see one thing or do one particular ride while you were at Sturgis, what would it be? And I'll start with Blacktop since you've been there before.
And he's got a smile on his face.
Yeah,
And he's
Needles Highway for me, man.
Needles?
Needles, yeah.
Okay.
It's a hard choice, but Needles is probably my favorite one.
Okay.
All right. Over Spearfish, huh? Because Spearfish is something I've heard you talk about quite a bit.
They're different rides. Spearfish is more of a Spearfish is great because it's got like long sweeping curves and stuff, so you can go a little faster and it's fun. But like Needles is like tight hairpin, switchbacks, and I don't know, it's a little more challenging. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back of the Dragon, George. You gonna have flashbacks?
Yes. I'm down for some Spearfish.
Spearfish is cool too because it's got there's some waterfalls. I mean, if you're into scenery and stuff, which we are, but yeah, you don't want to go too fast because you miss all the good stuff. But
yeah. Phil Turner says Devil's Tower.
What about you, Deez?
Yeah, man. I mean, geez, I don't even know what to expect.
Is this your first time up? Deez?
Yeah, this is my first time up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been almost a year in the making. I talked to my girl about it last year and told her that, I wanted to do it before. Who knows, man? Maybe they never have these again. Maybe you, decide you don't want to ride. Maybe you get too old. Who knows? I think what all this recent stuff has taught us is, like, if you got something in front of you, just go try to do it because you might not have a chance to do it again. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to, doing the standard stuff. Just want to ride a hell of a lot. I think being at the rally itself, I might be there a total of, I don't know, maybe 5 hours, the whole 4 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? How much do you want to be out there baking in the sun, or who knows? I'm sure it's going to be badass. I'm going to take all my equipment in a fanny pack, whatever we'll squeeze in there, and I'm going to walk around for a few hours, but I think a big part of it is just riding, man.
Okay. Justin.
I just want to see it all, man. My dad went out that way last year.
One thing. You can't see it all. You got one
I want
thing.
it all, man. I go big or go home. Now, my old man was out there a few years ago, and him and my mom went out, and they parked them, towed the bike out, and then just baseline all around, and they were out in that area, and just the whole area is just phenomenal from what I hear. So, I'm just ready to get out of Michigan. I'm ready to see some of my boys and just have a good weekend or week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, George.
For me, I mean, if I had to pick one thing, staying true to form, it would
Thank you.
It would have to be Rushmore.
Yep, Rushmore.
I mean, it's never seen it. It's bigger than just riding. It's just something it's on the bucket list. Plus I can't wait to see Austin get arrested when he flies the drone at Rushmore.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Let's see how it is.
Good segue, Austin.
Quick download.
All right, Austin, you?
Yeah, for me, it's Rushmore too. I've always wanted to see Rushmore. I almost came close to be able to see it back in the day when in the military. But Rushmore for me is the one highlight I would like to see. Devil's Tower is another one that definitely like. But scenic, Rushmore, rides, Needles, or Spearfish. Yeah. Either one.
If I had to pick one, and I've been out there and I've seen it, but if I had to pick one, I would say Rushmore too. It's just something about that's just America, just feels good being there. All right. Second question. And this is a little different. If you were to have one modification or upgrade done to your bike while at the Sturgis Rally, what would it be? Anybody can start.
For me, it would be suspension.
Yeah, that's the only thing left on mine.
I mean, Legend is right there.
Legend is right there.
I'm on a rental. I'm not putting any money in that thing.
I think Stacy's probably in the other room right now. Now she's realizing that Legends is right there.
We're going there.
So yeah, I mean that would be it. I mean, that's the piece my bike is missing, really. You know,
Your bike is missing a lot of pieces, bro.
not as many as the first ones.
No offense. I would probably go with suspension too. That's like the number one mod I want to do anyway. And like you said, Legends is right there, so it seems like a no-brainer.
There she is. Stacy is watching, Bert. You can put that one up there.
Oh no.
What about you, Tom? That Fatboy.
Yeah, man. For the Fatboy, I don't know. I'd probably do something performance-wise, put a turbo in it or something, supercharge that bitch.
Oh, wow.
Probably about 700 pounds wet. Can you imagine that?
So on the way up, there's going to take you 2.5 days. On the way back, it's going to be 1.5.
Right. Wheelies at every stoplight. Like, oh, shit.
Nice.
I do it.
There you go. Check out NorCal Refrigeration's comment too, Bert. That was a good one. So while he's putting that up, I just want to we got a bunch of people in the chat. Motorcycle Mama, Smitty. Motorcycle Mama's missing out this year, and we got NorCal. He's heading up from California. Whip Meza, if you don't see her channel, she just completed an iron butt on a Sportster. She just posted that video. And she is camping in her, it looks like an SUV when she goes up there. And we also got the Fourth Stooge, who along with Justin is part of our crew. He's riding out there. Bluegrass Riders, Toby Northern. So a bunch of people, and a bunch of people in the side chat that are going, actually. I'm impressed. Yeah, people have not shied away.
I'll take this opportunity. Today I started if you are a content creator, you're hanging out in the chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
I started a little Facebook group so we can kind of get together while we're up there, just kind of keep track of each other. So, you know, if this person's got some downtime and this person's got some downtime and they want to hang out, they can use that as a medium without trying to figure out everybody's phone number and trying to get social media going, DMs, whatever. So if you're interested in it, I posted a link to it in Tom's group, Support MVC, or I'll put it on my personal Facebook, which is just Brian Blacktop Devil, and then I'll just make it public so you guys can find it if you want. But,
and
yeah.
I'll link it below in this video as well when we're done.
Cool.
So we've got that going on. Nice. Bluegrass says, do you think attendance will be up or down? I'm going with down, just out of the international fact that people are starting to be able to get there from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Brian, you've been there before. What do you think?
I'm kind of on the fence because it's the 80th, so that's typically high, and then you've got the virus, so that's going to probably bring it down. Everything's still, hotels got a lot cheaper. I actually canceled all my hotels and rebooked for like $130 cheaper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that helped. But they're still not, I mean, they're almost full. So I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up.
I know. I was wondering the same thing. I don't know, man. I mean, you know, you'd want to say it's going to be down because nobody can come from Canada. They usually say there's almost 100,000 coming from Canada, and nobody's coming from overseas. But then, I mean, on the sites I'm on, everybody's almost like a little defiant, you know, and the fact that, you know, things are shutting down, and so they're like, screw this, we're going. So I still, for me, it's going to be the biggest rally I've ever been at. So it's going to look huge no matter what it is for me. You know, I haven't been there before, so I have nothing, you know, I don't have the Sturgis Rally to compare it to, but.
You guys are getting there early enough to where, like, usually the second weekend, it gets pretty light. And the riding is way great when that happens because it's like, you know, it's not so congested. But you're getting there early enough where you'll get the full effect of the rally. I still think it'll be plenty.
He says that with a smile. You're getting there early enough where you're going to be riding your clutch into town. Don't you worry.
Dude, my clutch hand gets so sore up there. I need Adam's little clutch lever that he's got that easy.
I think Ford Stooge has one on his bike.
Really?
That was one of the first things he modified on his bike.
I'll have to hit him up, see how he likes it.
Oh yeah, I bet he does. He does.
Toby says attendance depends on if Antifa will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure if people knew that Antifa was definitely be there, our attendance would be way up.
Way up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Harley Crossbones. Yep. So yeah, I've had a Crossbones 2009. I bought that bike. Love that bike. I'd sell it to Justin, but he doesn't want to buy it.
He's a touring bike, man. He's too big for that Crossbones, bro.
I know I will never get my wife on a Y glide again. That's for a fact.
Yeah, wow.
George and I did that one time.
Different animals.
Yeah. No.
Different animals is right.
We did a trip up to OCC, and I rented a road glide at that time, or a Y glide at that time, and we hit one bump, and the wife was ready to jump off the bike at that point.
Or a parking lot.
She's like, "That's it. Nope."
No.
The funny thing about that bike is he pulled into a gas station. He dragged the primary on the skirt. That's how low that bike was when they made it. And Toby wants to know, how's the new fat front tire doing?
The new fat front tire, I love it. It is, the forward fluid is finally starting to break in a little bit, so the ride is just keeps getting better and better. When I hit bumps and stuff, it's a way different feel. Even though the suspension hasn't been upgraded yet, even though it does have the progressive 1 inch lower fork suspension in there, but the feel of it is night and day. I've gotten more used to it, so I can dip it a lot more without really forcing it, and it's great. I'll do it again on the next bike. You know, it's a modification I'll definitely enjoy doing, and we'll do again for sure. Love
You're
it.
gonna do it twice on the same bike?
What's that?
You're gonna do it twice on the same bike? How's that
No,
work?
on the next bike.
He said the next. All I heard was that he's buying a new bike. That's all I heard.
Oh,
No. We have a 4-year plan, brother. We have a 4-year
did
plan.
you hear that?
But the one thing I did notice, though, is the air pressure in the fat tire tends to go down faster than the back under normal conditions, not because it has a leak or anything like that. But I do have to check it more often than I normally did the skinny tire. So I don't know if it's because of the look of it or anything like that. The feel, I kind of feel when it should be checked, and it's usually about 2 pounds, 3 pounds lighter of PSI, and that makes a big difference on it.
So interesting thing, if anybody's thinking about doing that type of mod, we ran into a guy on one of our rides one weekend this summer, and he was not diligent about his air pressure in his fat tire kit, and he cupped the front tire in, did you say like 4,000 miles?
Oh, yeah, like 35, 4,000 miles. He cupped it. No.
So the tire cup. So if you're thinking about doing that, you have to be diligent about that air pressure.
Yeah, he's done it twice. Twice, he said. That was the 3rd tire on there. So you have to be check it all the time.
Does Mark ride? Does Mark Atz ride?
So yeah, Mark Atz had a rocker.
All right.
Yep.
And a couple years ago, he sold it to try to. I guess he was just getting ready for retirement. He's a military guy, so he was getting ready for retirement, and he was trying to get some bills and things paid off. So he sold it, and now he's basically retiring this month. And I'm trying to talk him into buying a new bike because that's what I do.
Well, he was talking about it when he was up here last time I saw him too. He's like, "Yeah, I have to. It'd be cool."
Yeah. He's mad because he wants to be in the Baggers and Brews Crew, so he's a little butthurt that he's not in the crew.
Everybody wants to be in the Baggers and Brews Crew. Come on.
Not everybody. My wife doesn't. I can tell you that right now.
Everyone's butthurt.
Everybody but her. So another silly question. What's one thing you wish you had on your bike for a long distance ride that you don't have on your bike right now? To make long distance rides easier.
Shit. I can tell you mine, man. Right off the bat, probably is going to be built-in sat nav GPS.
Oh,
That
okay.
I don't have. Yeah. So for mine, that bike's an older bike, so I'm gonna have a tank bag that I use a lot, dude. I love this thing. You can't get them anymore. They have the updated model, but on the front of the tank bag, it has a clear pocket.
Yep.
So you kind of put some directions in there. I'm gonna have the GPS going through my earphones, so hopefully I don't run out of batteries.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah.
For me, I'd have to say bars. I'm still rocking the stock bars, so sometime I need to change those, but you know.
You know, we say about
You
people.
gotta be there a couple of days. I can knock it out in 4 hours, brother.
Yeah.
Let's do it. One thing you would get at a rally? Bars.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Such a tool. Let me tell you, I just what are we now? Like a month in that I did the bars on this Road Glide with the 14-inch Clockwork slip hangers, and I love them. They are awesome. They are comfortable. They're built well. They took Austin half the time to install that the Dyna took him last week.
Well, I didn't have to do any of the welding, soldering or nothing. Yours, just the wires were long enough from factory.
Right.
Anything above 14, you have to redo the wires. For this one, you didn't.
Right. So it's if you have heated grips, which I don't know if you do, Brian. The heated grips are a bit of a trick. Yeah, the heated grips are a bit of a trick.
Yeah, and I got the bat wing too, so that doesn't make it any easier.
No, yours actually, you have to take all that from.
That's most of the reason I haven't done it yet, because I know if I spend the money to do it, I'd probably do it myself, and I'd probably break half of it doing it, and then I wouldn't like the bars, so I'd have to do it again, and I'd break everything a second time.
Hey man, just let me know. I'll come help you.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. I think for a long trip, I want the hard lowers. I want the solid lowers. I have the soft ones. They were a lifesaver in the rain on the way to Texas. You know, they're nice in the cooler weather, but they are. It's nice not having your feet out there in the rain getting soaking wet when you're riding.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's a big thing.
Austin?
For me, it's still suspension. I think that's. I don't know what else to put on my bike. I mean, it's the seat's pretty comfortable. It's just a Harley low seat, but it's comfortable for me, and I put the air hop on it. So for me, the ride quality, the softness of the ride on the highway is what I'm looking for, and that would be the suspension. If I had one thing to put on for a long trip, it would be suspension for sure. But it does the trick, but I wish I had more.
Justin? Anything?
Again, I'm on a rental, man. I'm hoping it's got highway pegs so I can stretch out a little bit, but
it probably won't.
Probably won't.
I know.
However, Blacktop has a patented move
Tahitian?
where he does something with his lower fairing and this bat wing, and he gets into some kind of yoga pose and he goes down the road.
Oh yeah, baby.
What do you call that position?
I haven't named it yet, but
I might have to take some notes then.
Something. It's so comfortable.
When I had my first bike was an '83 Honda Magna, and I had 4 highway pegs on that. And then I had the standard pegs, and then I had the passenger pegs. I'd be switching between all 3 of them, going from Jersey to Laconia. So depending, just something to get your feet a different location.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I use the passenger pegs when she's not riding with me. I'll use that, and most of the
Different
time,
sit bones.
So, yeah, and just I'll sit like this, no hands, just on a straight. So
Smoking a cigarette going down the road.
yeah.
When I went from Detroit to Laconia with my Suzuki, that was a harder one because I couldn't really do that move as much, with a sport bike. So, You just kind of live with monkey butt until everything goes numb, and then you're good.
Hip cramps.
Yeah.
Hips weren't too bad. Stand up every once in a while, but
Shit, speaking
when
of
I
monkey
lost
butt,
the CD
man,
player in the middle of New York State, that sucked. That's how
Oh,
long
he-
ago that trip was. That's how long that trip was.
Dirty D's is
Airhawk, baby.
in the office.
I've been sitting on it for the last couple days, dude. I'm ready to go. I got my Airhawk. I got my chair. I put a T-shirt on it and put the Airhawk down.
There you go.
Getting that butt groove going.
Getting used to it. Yep, I'm in ass training. That came out wrong. Edit that part out, dude.
And on Dirty D's other channel.
Right. Yeah, right. The Just for Fans.
So,
Oh.
Dirty D's back room channel.
yeah.
Oh shoot.
So D's, you're doing something interesting that I think you're probably committed to for Sturgis, and you are going to edit your vlogs. Tell us how this is going from the cell phone. Are you still doing
Dude.
that?
Yeah. Interesting. So I'm not quite sure if I want to take my computer with me or not. That I'm still on the fence about it. But I think what I'm going to try to do is any videos that I'm doing out there while I'm there will be off of the cell phone. I'm going to challenge myself to any video that I shoot. If I want to put out a video while I'm there, it'll probably be, I'm going to limit myself to 30 minutes of editing time and put that bitch out.
Wow.
It takes me 30 minutes to find music, bro.
Well, you know what? Let's tell you, there's some shortcuts you can take. So one of them is your, if you have an intro, clip that piece, save it as its own file, send it to yourself, and now you have it. You can, with what I use, I can put that straight into iMovie. So I think iMovie is the way that I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I used, not to butt in, but I used, when we were in Colorado, we were going to do a live video, and like my service was just spotty. So I thought, well, let's just film one. I'll edit it real quick and throw it up. And we used an app called KineMaster, and it was great. Like, it's easy to use. Yeah, the interface was awesome. I had no problems whatsoever with it.
Yeah,
so there's an option. Yeah, it's called KineMaster.
And do you guys have iPhone or?
We're Android, but I think they have it for both.
All right.
Check that out.
Yeah, D's Blacktop, I think, is bringing an entire film studio with him. Probably a whole
Yeah, I'll use 25% of it. So
you gotta have it. You gotta have it.
Bring full tripod, lights, whole nine. You never know.
Heather holding the light for him while he's vlogging.
Yeah.
That's great.
Or hitting them with it.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. So that meet and greet, I mean, that place is friggin' massive. Right?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna be? How do we find you out there?
Can't tell you. That's all part of the fun.
Okay.
I
Do
don't
I have to look for the poll.
Yes, probably.
I'll meet you at the poll.
Yeah. I'll be the guy upside down with the long hair draped down from the pole.
They have so many memes with that. If you see me doing this, and don't worry about it. I'm just getting bike parts.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. I've never been there, so we're hoping to just find like a little. There's probably multiple bars like the last one. What's up? And so we'll just be probably at one of those. We're gonna try to be in a place where it's like conspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably post up on my socials once I figure it out when I get there. We're gonna go there a little early, so we'll figure it out.
I kind of thought you'd be at the Bikini Bike Wash.
Well, that's later. I haven't announced that yet.
I don't know what would make me think that, but
I thought you would be making an extra buck doing a bikini bike walk.
Nobody's
Maybe
paying us a buck.
oh man.
David Barber, what's going on?
Dealing with an hour of traffic for a 15-minute drive.
Oh man,
Yeah, that was a blast. So
sounds like North Jersey.
there was one time I was missing. It's like 104 today. I know it's. I'll take the truck, and now like going through traffic, not being able to lane split, I was really missing my bike.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, tell us what you got going on. What do you got? What's your trip look like for Sturgis?
Shit. So leaving three in the morning Monday, and I'm gonna go through Death Valley and get to Elko, Nevada, because Nevada's a empty fucking wasteland. So I'm gonna try to get that knocked out, and then we're going through Yellowstone from there the next day, I think, or over the next couple of days. The wife's gonna fly in, so I'll pick. I think we learned that she's gonna rent a car, but she'll be on the back of the bike for part of it, which she's not happy about because she wants her own bike there. But and then after that, fuck, it's the Rockies, Moab, Monument Valley, Grand Canyon, all before we come home.
Wow.
That's
Nice.
And then, unfortunately, might not be living the bagger life for the trip, but I got mine like loaded down, and that new Saddleman seat on the back is acting like a big ass recliner. So I'm happy as shit.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Seats everything in a long ride. I got that hammock, man. I love that seat.
The seat was not bad, but I love the new Saddleman seat that they came out with, and it's just fucking sexy. So I got that, and then I got their Saddleman seat to go on my sissy bar that I just stole from Nikki also. I'm gonna be using that for the trip, but I sat down on there with just the bag not even packed, and just this is perfect. I'm just locked in. We're good.
Yeah.
Is this your first time going to Sturgis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So many virgins.
Yeah.
So little time.
The whole crew except you. Shoot.
Nice.
What are you most looking forward to about the trip?
The trip, just the ride itself. Like the first day, even though it's a bunch of nothingness, at 650 miles, 50 miles longer than I've done in a day before. So that'll be fun. And then I want to go see Mount Rushmore. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. So it's one of those I didn't get to appreciate it, third grade, it's going to be a lot bigger experience now. And then all the other shit I haven't gotten to do, Monument Valley, and seeing Blacktop go there just on a random day. He's like, yeah, I'll just go to Monument Valley today. I'm jelly.
That's awesome. It's I'd go again tomorrow if I could.
Nice.
What state is it in, Monument Valley?
I don't want to talk about it.
What did I miss?
You gotta watch his channel.
Oh man.
That's great.
It's a long story.
Oh, bro.
That's good stuff. So how far of a trip is it for you, Bobber?
Yeah.
How far of a trip is it for you from Southern Cal?
I think the way we've routed it, it's like 1,800 miles.
Ooh.
Because I think it was only like 13 or 14 if I would like across the best way, but there's no fun in that. So got to add all the miles. We were originally going to go to Reno and then to Boise, but with the Canadian border being closed, two of the guys from Canada can't come down.
Yeah.
Because they extended it again they were waiting until the last deadline to go with us.
Yeah.
And once they said no, I'm like, there's no reason for us to go to Boise. Like, let's reroute our trip and call it a day. So go through Elko and then Yellowstone and all that fun stuff, and just should be make the trip worth it, seeing all the sights.
That's what makes the trip right there.
Yeah, like they were like, if talking about canceling Sturgis, is like, then we're still having a 2-week road trip. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll just add more things to see.
Yeah, that was exactly our thought.
I'm stoked for the house and everybody staying, and should be a blast.
Nice. Nice. Now the house, D's, where you guys are, that's not far from where we're at, huh? You guys.
I think we're all in the same city.
What's it, Lead? It's called Lead.
Is everybody in lead?
Lead. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Block
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, I've been checking it out on Google Maps, but going to the satellite, and man, dude, some of those rides out there look incredible. You can really zoom in and see. Not far from where we're staying, there are some badass rides
Black
around
Hole
the
State.
lake.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're flat and straight down here in South Jersey. Lots of pine trees, but pretty flat and straight.
Yeah.
Sprinkled in with some ocean front.
Yeah. like Bearded was saying, there's a route I could have gone that was more direct, but man, it would have been so flat. And that's why, I'm going up through Denver, Colorado. That's going to be some good riding up there. I love Colorado, man. Good spot.
Nice.
This is Whit Meza, man. She gets
I'm
around.
excited to do that on the way back. We almost talked about going that way on the way there, and like things changed. But that's why I was seeing when you were leaving, because if we lined up somewhere in Colorado, then could have kept going that way.
Yeah. I really didn't even know up until last night. I kept going through different routes, and at one point I was going to stay in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then cut up through a national park, but that was just too far out west for me to go, man. That wouldn't have made sense. One of these days.
Yeah.
So everybody on here is motovlogger / YouTuber. What do you hope to get out of this trip for your channel?
I haven't really thought about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have so much.
Obviously, we're all excited about it. I mean, it's a vacation. It's a rally. But
Yeah, well, like you were saying with Black Top, I'm carrying, all the shit that I probably don't need. The only thing I'm not bringing is the drone because I haven't had enough practice with it. I'm probably going to crash it into something.
I don't know if I'm bringing mine either. So.
I don't want to deal with that while I'm there. There's just going to be so much footage just coming back from the trip. Other than that, I'm doing I'm going to meet up with a dude from a podcast, Indian Rider Radio, and hopefully just connect with as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking for content. Like Sturgis videos always do pretty well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just gonna do my thing. We'll see what happens. But I'm just gonna wing it this year and just all of my. I haven't been to Sturgis while I've been like doing this vlogging thing. So all my previous Sturgis videos are just like stupid little music videos that I made just, so we can watch. And so this will be my first time like actually vlogging it. So I'm kind of looking forward to that part of it, but.
Okay.
I mean,
George?
just to document this trip. I mean, it is a trip of a lifetime, when you're, almost 2,000 miles away from South Dakota. And I'm happy like this trip for us with the channel. Like the timing is kind of nice because when we went to Texas, like we had just started that channel. We just had a few videos that were like maybe, 200, 300 views. We had one bike rally and then we went to Texas and the channel got bigger at Texas. But even we didn't have a lot of vlogging experience at Texas. Like Bert will tell you, we took the whole ride from Jersey to Texas and we put that in a 5.5-minute video.
Yep.
And I actually went back and looked at the footage and like, man, could I have done that differently? And then when I realized that we didn't really talk to the camera, but for a total of 2 minutes and 3 days, no, I couldn't have. So, I mean, I think we're at a point with the channel where we're obviously a lot more comfortable vlogging, and I expect to see more of that. And I'd like to get, a film out of it, like something about an hour long of just the entire journey, not counting like some smaller videos, obviously, but, a nice documentary of a group of friends crossing the country. That's really what it's about. I mean, it's us. We ride together all the time. We're picking up Justin. I mean, I've known Justin since 7th grade. So just to be able to ride out there, enjoy this trip with him is just a cool thing. So to be able to document that and have it and have fun with it is going to be cool. I think. How about you, Deez?
Yeah, man. I think somebody said just getting a bunch of content down. I mean,
yeah.
I think I'm just going to have a blast out there. And when I remember to pop open the camera, let it roll, and then chop it up. And really, I think if you're at Sturgis, if you're at the rally, you can't take bad video, man. Shit. You just throw that up for a little while with some music or just the way it was on there. I think documenting it just so people who want to be there can almost feel like they are, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And then doing some filming around the house, man. I hope at some point, because the house that we're staying at, I don't know where we're all going to meet up at, your place or mine or whatever, but we should do some videos from there, man. Maybe pop open a live or two, just kicking back, hanging out. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, we got a bunch of motor vloggers that are gonna be hanging out together. I'm like, that should be a good time. I mean,
The only reason I'm going, so you have to do it.
Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could do that Mount Rushmore together or something. Meet out there.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'd be awesome.
I kind of think we were nothing set in stone, but I think we were kind of leading towards that first full day, that Monday, trying to hit Rushmore. What's that, the 10th?
Yeah.
I mean, not like I said, nothing set in stone, but that's kind of what we were thinking, because we get there Sunday. So by the time we get there Sunday, we're not really going to be doing any riding. We're just going to be getting settled into the house. So, but the girls, the wives have been sitting in a van for 3 days, so they'll probably be anxious to get out and get on the bikes and see some stuff. So why not hit the biggest one right off the bat? So we'll figure that out, though.
And I think what day are we trying to do a meetup downtown? We don't have the exact specifics yet, Bert, but we were.
I mean, we're thinking that Tuesday, right? Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we were talking about doing it at the Chip. They have a free section of the Buffalo Chip. I forget what it's called. I gotta look it up. They told me the name of it. There's a section where it's like free to get in, and they have like some bars and some live music and stuff.
Yeah, it's on the west side.
Yeah, on the west side. I forget what they called it. They had a name for it, but that's where we were looking to do it. Not, like I told these guys, I have no expectations for people coming to want to see us and meet us, but just in case. I mean, we've had some people say they'd like to have a beer with us, so I think it's going to be that Tuesday. I'm probably thinking about 6 o'clock is when that's going to happen. We'll probably be there for a couple hours, probably from like 6 to 8. At the Buffalo Chip in the free section on the west side. So if you want to have a beer with us, that's where we'll be. If anything changes, we'll update it, and we'll let you know through the channel or through our social media, but our Instagram and our Facebook. But right now, that's kind of where we're leaning. Yeah.
The Crossroads area.
Crossroads, yes, that's what it's called. So it's the west side of the Buffalo Chip. It's supposed to have some bars and some free live music and some vendors and stuff. So if you're in that area on Tuesday in the evening, come by and check us out.
Yeah, and like Bert said, like no expectations. The first time we got recognized in public was actually at a Cranberry Festival.
It was. That was weird, wasn't it?
Like, not a biker event, a Cranberry.
That was weird.
We were eating our food, and all of a sudden, this dude comes up. He's like, "Oh, yo, Baggers and Brews, huh?" I'm like, "Huh?"
Who are those guys? I don't know who those guys are.
Yeah, that's weird.
So that's the plan. That's the plan. We have one of the guys we're riding with. These Dirty D's Inspired has got an Insta360.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to doing some editing with that. That should be pretty neat.
Dude.
Who has that?
Yep.
John.
I'll show you some tips and tricks, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So
I'll get with you.
that scares me, because already we're rolling 3 GoPros. I got introduced to drone footage, and the codec for drone footage basically is like, go have a cup of coffee, take a walk, eat some dinner, come back in a half an hour, and then we'll be ready to roll. So.
Yeah, man. I thought about getting a drone for this trip. I think I'm gonna wait on it.
What advice do you have for new moto vloggers going to Sturgis? My advice is have fun, be yourself. I mean, if you're moto vlogging, man, just have fun and be who you are, because if you're planning on starting a channel and sticking with it, it's a lot of work to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah, and then you meet people that, you meet subscribers or whatever, and if they think you're different,
yeah,
it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, Toby, I'll tell you, I've met all of these guys on this panel, and everybody is just like they are in person as you see them on their channels. Yep. So I mean, I think it's important.
Yep.
What were you gonna say there, Bobber?
Oh, same thing. Just don't, and don't be afraid to turn the camera on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to have it on, catching random shit. You never know what's going to happen. Like,
here's some advice. When you vlog in public, it's weird.
yes.
But for the first like 5 seconds, people are like, "What's that guy doing?" And then they don't care. So do it, throw it on. As long as you're not extending it out for 20 minutes, nobody's gonna just do it. You know.
Yeah. Especially depending on your rig. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
You know, Blacktop. You have a mic that you use, right, on an M50.
Yeah, I got a big shotgun.
I've got a big dead cat and a shotgun on top of my GoPro rig.
Yeah, it's still weird. I mean, it's still weird for me to vlog in public. So, I mean, it's. I'm sure at some point I'll get more comfortable with it, but
it's a lot less weird after the first couple beers, though.
True.
I don't really give a crap
Ice broken.
what anybody thinks after a beer.
That's true.
You start yelling at people. What?
I'd say just record as much as you can, man. Just record. Record you doing what you would be doing. You know, don't go out of your way to be different, like George was saying. Just be you. Have the fun that you're going to have at Sturgis, but just capture as much of it as you can on a camera, and then see where that takes you with a video. You know, more options you have when you're editing, the better, right? I mean, George hates sifting through hours and hours of it, but I don't care. I'm going to give him all the footage I can because that's what I do.
And don't ruin your trip by using your camera.
Yeah.
Get so wrapped up into I got to get the right shot for this. I missed that. I got to go back and do that.
Right.
Just let it flow.
Well, I know the three of us here on the top have a fine balance because we have the wives or the girlfriends with us, and this is our vacation for the year.
Yeah.
So it can't all be Baggers and Brews. You know what I mean? We have to have.
Yeah.
You have to have wife time and vacation time along with trying to make videos. So it's a fine balance, but if we screw it up, we'll be in the doghouse. So we got to figure that out.
Yeah. And I mean, I think everybody vlogs differently. I mean, that was one of the things I learned when we were in Texas. I mean, you see people and they come on, they get, quick shots and they get their shot and they're going to use this in the video and they're going to use that in the video. And I find we record a lot now, obviously, but in the beginning we recorded a lot because I didn't know or have a plan as to what was going to be what or how videos were going to turn out. And YouTube's a funny place. I mean, you can put a lot of production value into, a video, but our biggest video basically is three guys in lawn chairs talking about Sturgis. I mean, we hit that was the video that go figure, and it was like a half-hour edit.
That's because people were yelling at Bert.
For the record, it was my idea for our fat asses to sit in lawn chairs in my yard, so I get the credit for that one.
It's not canceled, you idiot.
Fake news.
Oh my God. What are you talking about? It's not canceled. Well, if you clicked on the video, you would have saw that we said it's not canceled. Oh man.
I think Tom's probably done the most rallies from a motor vlogger standpoint, right? I mean, you do.
I've done a bunch, dude.
Yeah. I mean, how do you? What can you say about vlogging at rallies?
Yeah, man. So, and I have a playlist, right, where I put all the rally stuff and interviews and things like that. So that playlist, I just like adding to it. And I would say that for me, I love what Blacktop said. Don't let the camera ruin your good time. So
yeah,
I believe that there's a formula where you can make even shitty video mediocre. You might not make it good, but you can make bad video okay. And I think that really, man, you could edit something to death. I think probably any of us on this panel have been up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. editing video. Maybe except for Austin and the beard.
Last week, Bert woke up. He was like, "You got that video done?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah."
Yeah, man. So I think it's
I try to make it as easy for you as I can. Come on.
Yeah, well, you know
I'm
what?
just there.
I don't think any of us are. Once you try not to be winning a friggin' Oscar for your video, and you realize that simple edits are great, you know, try to get the most clear audio that you got. Put that in the video. You know, it's not going to be perfect. We're all amateurs. I mean, at least I am.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to hold myself too high.
The three of us, man. I mean, we only started this because we have a blast riding and hanging out with each other and our wives and going to different places and seeing different things. And it was like, why not share it, you know, and make videos that, you know, just people can just kind of tag along with us and have the fun with us. And that's all it was. So, I mean, we weren't trying to make, you know, Oscar winning movies, you know. So, I mean, George has actually exceeded my expectations with the editing. So I have no complaints. I can't complain about what he does. I think he makes it look a lot better than it really is. So I'm happy with it.
I think we had, and like Dee said, you know, we had a comment that kind of hit me and is stuck with me from the Bring It Home ride. And somebody was like, you know, I really couldn't make it, and I really enjoyed your video. It felt like I was there. You know, and that is like
kind of what it's all about, right?
That in itself is pretty cool, you know. And you know, there are a lot of videos and a lot of people's channels. I mean, watching, you know, D's at the Lone Star Rally, or you know, Blacktop and Monument Valley, stuff that, you know, I haven't seen is just, you know, it's cool to see that stuff. And people in other countries we follow, like Dad and Matt, or the two Kiwi riders that are riding in New Zealand. I mean, never would I ever think I'd get to see that kind of countryside. Yet I can tune into YouTube and see people enjoying it the way that I would like to enjoy it, and that's pretty cool, you know.
I want to go to New Zealand so bad because of it, though.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Yeah, one of these 6 people has been there.
Yeah, very jealous of that.
So, Bikes, Beards, and Beer says, what is mandatory to pack in the saddlebags to make the trip to Sturgis better? I'll let some of the more experienced folks answer that question.
It's money. Fill them with money.
Right.
You know, definitely rain gear.
Yeah, I
Be my
mean,
number one.
if you're embarking on a trip like this, you have to have the rain gear.
Yeah.
So how many times have you been caught in the rain while at Sturgis Blacktop?
I don't know if it's every single time, but
Pretty damn near.
yeah.
The time.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, and it's not always like a downpour either, or hail. I mean, we've had that too, but sometimes it's just a light mist. I got snowed on, not during the rally, but in the Black Hills. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's just the way it is out here, kind of, you know.
Okay.
The weather just moves through, and then it'll be fine after that usually, but yeah.
I have mixed feelings about hail. We don't see much hail out here in New Jersey. So, I mean, maybe I've seen hail a handful of times in my life. And
Well, don't look up any Sturgis hailstorm videos.
One just got posted the other day. It looked like it snowed.
that's why I have mixed feelings, because I've seen some of these Sturgis hailstorm videos.
I don't know if it was like 09, and I wasn't there that year, but one of those, I think it was 09. It just trashed everybody's bike.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. Bert said he hopes to be banged up enough that he's just going to go out there and just lay over his tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We got helmets for a reason.
Yeah.
Who's laying on the tank?
Back.
You are.
We're talking about your hailstorm defense.
Yes, I'm laying them. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'll be out there with you.
I'll be crying. These two will be sitting inside wondering why they got big holes in their tank.
Yep.
All right. So did you cover the mandatory saddlebag things for Bikes, Beards, and Beer?
Blacktop said money, rain gear. What do you think? Those are big things. If you're Bert, you're probably going to pack a change of socks, because he's got this thing. He's got this thing. One, he doesn't like wet feet, and two, if it gets cold, he has an alternative use for his socks. So
True.
I have a solution for you, man. I'm gonna check this out. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I actually picked this up today because I knew I was gonna use it. So pack some of your stuff in Tupperware, man. Like this is actually, if I wanted to take a computer, this thing would actually fit. And it's going in the bag. Yeah, it's going in the duffel bag.
Okay.
Because I have been to rallies. I think it was Paris, Texas, a couple of years ago. Rained like a mother going up there. But not only did my boots got wet, and that's a wives' tale about putting newspaper in the boots, man. That does not dry them out. Trust me, I've tried it. But all my socks and stuff were wet the whole time, dude. It's having wet gear, man. What the gear that you don't want wet is a bitch.
That sucks. My Harley boots that I had when we went down to Texas were not waterproof, and if you watched our stuff, we rode through that freaking monster rainstorm with why am I drawing a blank? Texas name on the Henry one. Yeah, and I was soaked, man. My socks were soaked. And then leaving Texas that day, we went up through Arkansas. We got hit with another rainstorm, and I was soaked again. So I got some new riding shoes from Harley that are supposed to be waterproof. We'll see if that works. But I always have extra socks in my saddlebag just in case, man.
I still wish we were recording Laconia when we went up to Laconia, because that's the funniest part out of the whole trip.
What was?
When we went into Laconia, we were going to breakfast that morning, and we just happened to hit a storm.
Oh, my God, dude. This guy.
No, this guy. No.
I said, look at the weather. It's going to rain. Should we put our rain gear on? Nah, we're good. I'm not putting my rain gear. All right, we'll put our rain gear. 10 minutes later, we're getting downpoured on. And I'm soaked. And my socks are soaked. And we got to the place we were meeting some other people to have breakfast and then, ride the rest of the day. And I'm sitting in there with soaking wet socks. And I asked the girl, because there was like a
good store.
Like a little store next to the little diner or whatever it was. I asked if they had socks, and she was like, I think they do have socks in there. So I went over, and they had these decorative touristy socks that had like either moose or bear on them.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, man. So that's all they had. So I bought these ones with little bears on them. I struggled for like 20 minutes to get them on my feet. They were so small. It was the biggest size they had. So I put those on, cut off my circulation, ride with them the rest of the day. Austin thought it was funny because, his clothes apparently were waterproof and mine weren't.
He still thinks it's funny.
It was his face. We get there, and he's like, and he gets stocks. He's like, it was the happiest dude ever. He's like giving kids.
It didn't fit, man. I'll tell you how small these socks were. I got home from this trip, and I'm like, I can't wear these anymore. Like I struggled to get these, like pull them on my feet. They were so tight. And so I'm like, my wife, my kids, you guys want these? They're not going to fit me. My daughter couldn't even get these on her feet. That's how tight they were. But I somehow, desperate times, I guess, I somehow got them on. I didn't think it was funny because I would have had my rain suit on if it wasn't for Austin.
No, you're free to do whatever you want.
So we were at a rest stop in Missouri, or probably not, maybe in Missouri. It was by Route 66 someplace. We're coming back from Texas. And when we left just east of Springfield, Missouri, we had came up north to dodge this cold front. And behind the cold front, it was cold. And when we woke up in the morning, there was some frost on the bikes. And we're at the first rest stop. I'm in the restroom with Bert, and he's shaking his leg, and all of a sudden a sock comes rolling out of the bottom of his jeans. It was so cold, he had filled himself with socks.
Listen, I had chaps. Everything was warm except my crotch. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I'm like, screw this. I'm putting socks in my crotch because that was the only part of me that was freezing.
The truth is out.
What are you going to do? I stuffed my underwear with socks. I don't care. I'm married, and she likes me. Okay. Sure.
So what's your excuse for the rest of the year, man? Why are you stuffing in the summer, spring, fall? You got socks flying out of
Gotta
it.
keep
We'll
up.
talk about that another time. That's not for this show. So, Bobber, are you riding with a group, or who are you riding with? You riding by yourself? What are you doing? Is he gone?
Is he froze up?
Hmm?
I think he's just froze up.
Oh, snap.
Nope.
All right. We don't have the Bobber.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Oh, there he is.
I was like, you
There
guys
he
are pros here and there, so I'm just like nodding to the conversation, like,
You're riding out with some people, right? Not by yourself.
The first 650 is by myself, and then when I hit Elko, I'll meet up with Meatball Rebel, and then we're meeting up with. He's in the chat right now. NorCal Refrigeration.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
They were at Bring It Home too. So,
Yeah.
So we'll all ride out from Elko to go through Yellowstone and all that stuff towards Sturgis. He's doing Camp Zero or something like that, I think.
And did you guys like get a house, or you camping? What are you doing?
Well, it's like me, Meatball, D's, and a couple of the other guys are doing a big house. So.
Oh, you're in with D's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Nice. So you're near us then. All right. We
There's
gotta
a
get
couple other
together.
people going. Okie, I think Okie's on your way. Well,
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, no. There's so many people from Bring It Home that are going to be there.
Yeah, we actually met Oki. Didn't even know that was who that was, but but we met him down in Bring It Home.
Yeah.
That was the funniest thing. Me and him met. We were both riding the Bobber, and then when we went to this Bring It Home, we were both riding Deluxes. Same year and everything, just different color.
Yeah.
Nice.
There are so many people that I feel like I didn't even get to meet when we were Bring It Home. I mean, there were a lot of people we met, but then even afterwards, there were
still couldn't find them.
Yeah. So it was, and as many there must have been at the Criver. There must have been a good 20 or 30 moto vloggers hanging out down there, and it's like you still didn't get to see everybody.
Yeah, I went walking around in the dark with my flashlight looking for a dude, and that's how I met NorCal. I just went around the fire, and all of a sudden he was on the other end. Hey, Bobber, and then we just started bullshit.
Does anybody know if Roll Tide's going?
His daughter's moving to college or something that same day. There's somewhere in there.
Oh, bummer.
So he was going to try, but he didn't think he would make it.
That sucks.
All right.
Okay.
So Toby Northern's asking what the Facebook group is that you're talking about.
I just sent it. Do you guys allow links in your YouTube comments?
I think so.
I
Don't know actually.
I'll
We're
post it.
We're not as big as you, Blacktop. We don't know.
I posted it, but I don't know if YouTube will bury it or not. So it's there. So if you're a moto vlogger and you're going to Sturgis, go to that.
And we will also link it afterwards. We'll link it in the comments of this video.
Perfect.
So that it's there. Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed links or not.
Yeah,
I think you might have to make him a mod on the stream to be able for him to be able to do that.
There's a
that, or you're going to accept
mark
it
in the YouTube
depends on what it is.
settings for it. So
I don't even know how to do that.
I don't know, NorCal. I already told you we got to run.
Default, but I don't.
I'll run my Challenger against your lowrider S.
Okay.
Go to the Stonehouse Saloon.
Anybody been there?
That was kind of on our bucket list this year because we haven't been there yet. So
Where's it at?
it's in Wyoming.
Oh,
I think.
Both of them? Dungeon Bar? You heard of that one?
That one I'm not sure of.
That
one. There's a speakeasy I heard about. Let me find this.
Well, the Stonehouse is up by. It's not quite into Wyoming. So it's like northwest of Spearfish.
Has anybody heard of the Blind Lion Speakeasy in Rapid City? No,
Then it wouldn't be a speakeasy, I suppose, right?
it's not. I saw it on a video. Somebody had a Sturgis video, and it looked pretty cool. It was like you had to go down an alley and in this weird side door, and then like down some stairs and in a little basement looking area, and then you went through this big door that was like, it looked like a bank vault door, and you opened it up, and there was this awesome like bar and restaurant. So that's in Rapid City if you get a chance to get out that way. Looked kind of cool, and I wanted to try it out, so I'm going to drag these guys there.
Bikes, Beards and Beer had a comment. We kind of already covered this. You know, what are some must-do rides? Probably the person on here who has the most Sturgis footage is Blacktop. So he's got a bunch of the Black Hills. He's got a few. Right, you've got a few of the rides that are up in the Sturgis vlogs or the Lost Sturgis vlogs.
Yeah, most of them are really poorly done before I really knew how to edit video and stuff. But some of my Sturgis videos you can see, like Needles, which was a time lapse and turned out terrible, but you can kind of get an idea what Needles is like. And yeah, this year I'm hoping to get a little more of those roads.
Nice. And PA Biker 65 says, does Baggers and Brews ever come to Pennsylvania?
That's not what he said. He said, does Baggage and Brews? I don't know how to take that.
Which one's the baggage?
I was hoping somebody would read that way.
Yeah, not it.
Austin and Georgia, the baggage.
So, yeah, we've been in Pennsylvania. We probably would have been in Pennsylvania more this time, other than the current situation that has been, given no reason to go to Pennsylvania.
If your governor wasn't as crappy as our governor, we probably would have been there more often this summer and spring. But we both live in the People's Republic of New Jersey and PA, so couldn't go anywhere.
We've done a couple of rides over there. We've Tired Hands is a brewery over there. Is that what it is? Tired Hands, right?
But that's in Center City, though. That's in the middle of the city.
I want to go over to Forest and Maine, which is another brewery that is like outside of Philly, probably about an hour and a half away. So there's plans to do some more stuff over there, but currently I'm not going to ride an hour and a half to go to a brewery over there to have to sit on the curb and drink a beer and then ride home. It just doesn't work.
Well, last year we did Gettysburg.
Yeah, some of you guys did.
Yeah, we did Gettysburg last year, and now we've gone up to the Poconos quite a few times on the bikes and normal times. So yeah.
And I'll tell you, one of the discussions about Sturgis and one of the reasons that they decided to have it was they didn't feel obviously constitutionally that they could close down the town, and they thought the responsible thing was to prepare for it because people were coming anyway. And recently, and I've read this a couple of times over the past couple of days, Gettysburg has a bike rally that the town of Gettysburg canceled, and people just came. They just showed up.
Yep.
So it was a bit of a cluster from what I understand on Facebook. So it just it speaks to the city of Sturgis that, hey, people are coming, and we should at least be prepared for people to get here. So that's pretty cool. And we had another rally canceled in Ocean City, Maryland. Which is, and I wasn't aware of this till we went last year. It is the biggest rally on the East Coast. It's bigger than Daytona. Bigger than Laconia, right in our backyard, and they bagged that this year. So there was also some discussion as to whether people were going or whether bars were even going to be open or what the story was. But I don't know how
they played it safe because they have such a good relationship with the town, with Ocean City, that they didn't want to ruin that. So they went ahead and they postponed it to next year, which means canceled till next year. But
yeah. They have a great relationship with the town because 2 weeks after the season ends, they bring 150,000 bikers to their restaurants and bars. That's why they have.
Yep. They had a great music lineup this year too, and I'm kind of upset that they're not having it. But supposedly they're all rebooked for next year, from what I saw. But,
so next year, all you guys can book your trips to the East Coast to come to Ocean City Bike Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good trip.
Well, no, I mean, it's a great rally. It's spread out. It's a beach town. It's you do have to ride to some vendors. And the vendor areas are, I mean, again, we're going to Sturgis, so I don't know what to expect from Sturgis, from a vendor standpoint. But there wasn't really many people who were at Ocean City that vendors that I was like, oh, this vendor wasn't there. I mean, there were a lot of people, a lot of vendors there.
Yeah, I think short of Sturgis, I challenge you to find another rally that has bigger bands come here. I mean, I've never heard of one. Does Daytona even do live music like that? Konya doesn't have anything. Daytona, I don't think they have big bands like that. You had top name musical artists or whatever, scheduled for Ocean City this year. Where the only other ones I've ever seen were at Sturgis, with the big names and the Willie Nelson.
Forward to it, but hey, it's next year. That's next year's trip.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not much of a trip. It's like
it's got to have good music.
So.
The Dungeon Bars on Main Street, Sturgis, down a flight of stairs. That makes sense.
Do you go in there and it has a bunch of black lights and a bunch of poles everywhere or something? Or I mean, it's called the Dungeon. What the heck?
I got a question. Where do we find these turkey legs?
Oh,
I don't think the turkey leg expert is here.
She's in the chat.
Where do we find these?
Throw it up there.
I know of one. She'll hone in on it with her turkey leg radar, but there's one for sure outside of One-Eyed Jack's on Main Street in Sturgis.
Okay.
So if you need Lady Devil, that's where she'll be probably the whole time.
Just eating turkey legs the whole week?
Yeah. Tendons and all.
Nice.
Oh, hey.
Nice.
Tell her to send a group for some Jersey corn because we're bringing some Jersey corn with us.
You gonna cook up some Jersey corn for us? Yeah, she said. Get on. Come on. She won't get on camera. She said she looks like shit.
Oh yeah.
If you talk, we can hear you.
So,
have you ever played at Sturgis when you had your band? No, we never played at Sturgis. We weren't really big enough to, I guess.
We opened for Slayer.
Well, we opened for Slayer, but that wasn't at Sturgis.
Okay.
The way you did what?
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I opened for Slayer and Soulfly back in 2002, I think it was.
That's pretty bad. Slayer's my all-time favorite bands.
Oh yeah, that was like
hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Right on.
But yeah, we were, I'd love to play up there. I met there's a band up there called Jasmine Kane.
Heard of them?
And
she was at Ocean City. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the singer, bass player, it's a girl. And she's awesome. I met her in 2003 when I went to Sturgis up there, and we started talking music and stuff, and I've, I guess, kind of been friends with her ever since. So we kind of lost touch, but I try to check them out every time I go up there too, because they're just a good band. They're just like a rock band, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just feel good rock. And they put on a hell of a good show. So if anybody's up there and they're playing, hang out and watch them for a while.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Nice. Toby Northern had a vlogger question a while back, and he said, is there any good non-GoPro battery for the GoPro 8 Black, one that's better than the OEM battery? We have 7s. Does anybody have 8? My advice with GoPro batteries is buy GoPro batteries, because I haven't heard of people. I mean, I know there was an Amazon company selling them, but I know that they were not the best reviews.
I have Wasabi batteries for my 7. Sorry to interrupt, but
yeah, no, go ahead.
They're hit or miss. Like the firmware in the battery, sometimes won't talk to the camera, right?
Yep.
So
what
it's fully charged. You throw it in the camera, and it runs for 2 minutes, and it dies because it says it's at 0%.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just quit using them because it sucks to have to buy the GoPro batteries, and this is in a 7, so take that for what it's worth. But I just started using the GoPro batteries for that reason, because half the time you go to do a vlog or whatever, and the camera just dies on you.
Yeah.
So
I know the 8 has actually even been more particular because there's a bunch of stuff that, the 8 has all that integrated audio and a higher frame rate. So they boosted those batteries up, and I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to risk having a frame rate glitch over saving a couple of bucks on the battery. That might drive me crazy.
yeah.
So sorry about that. That was just one I saw come through.
Yeah, I think I carry like 8 GoPro batteries with me, and then the next time I go on a vlog where I think it's going to be an hour or so, I'm actually going to hook up just like one of those pocket juices or whatever to the camera with a cord, and just so I can get all that footage from that. Haven't had to do it yet, but next time I do like a Big Bear trip or something where I know I'm recording the whole time, that's what I'm going to do.
Does that work to the pocket? Have you? So you haven't done that?
I haven't done it, but I've seen a couple other people do it. So
okay.
I don't see why it wouldn't. As long as you got one of the, I wouldn't do one of the small ones, of course, one of the bigger ones.
Because I was thinking about maybe just like running. So I have the Zero 3D windshield mount that is up on, basically up on the windshield, the fairing of the Road Glide, and I could get a cord that's long enough to go from that GoPro basically into the pocket of my fairing.
There you go.
Which I think would give, and then I think about editing all that footage, and I say no.
Yeah, I don't want to do too much. And then within the saddlebag, I'm gonna run like a little pack for the GoPro battery. So every time I stop, I'll throw 2 in there. Whatever I need to do, I'll just be able to keep them cycling.
Got some Artman Barris, came with Barra Charger. Barris is about 6, 7, and 8. Well, I'll tell you what, Toby, you are a new moto vlogger, and that sounds like a product review to me, buddy. Because I'd be interested to see how they shake out and how much they cost. Because I know the 8 is a different animal than the 6 and the 7. Batteries can swell with their own charger and freeze the GoPro. Yep.
Yeah, man.
So.
All right.
So what else you guys got? That's it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we really appreciate you guys coming on tonight and sharing with us what you got going on for Sturgis. We're all, I know we're excited. I'm sure you guys are excited too. Well,
big time.
Blacktop's been there like 20 times, so he's probably not that excited. But
no, man, it never gets old. It's always exciting.
Good. That's good because I know
you get to hang with some cool people this year.
Yeah, all the new people. That's the best part of all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually just her and I, and we go up there, and it's like, okay, well, let's go home. This time it'll be fun. We'll get to hang out, party a little bit.
Yeah, I've been saving a couple fried ice cream stouts for you guys, so I'll be coming with.
Right on.
Trust me, I am every day, and every day I say, no, that's for them.
We appreciate it.
I got no stouts, but I am bringing some bitter-ass homebrew. So
that's the name for it. There you go. We just figured out the name.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It was good.
Yeah, I love you guys, my friends.
Good stuff. So, closing statements. What do you guys got? Anything?
I'm just excited. I'm just excited to ride out, man.
I'm ready to leave right now. Like,
when's everybody leaving? When are you actually officially getting on the road?
3 a.m. Monday.
This coming Monday.
Oof.
Ease?
Yeah, this Monday probably be about 7 a.m.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We're not leaving till the 8th.
8th.
All
The
right.
8th. Okay, yeah, you're 1 day. Okay.
Yeah, because it's only a day.
We are leaving on the 6th, Thursday the 6th, probably about 6 a.m.
Yep.
And we got about we're giving ourselves 3.5 days. We'll be there by lunchtime on Sunday. So that's at the house in Lead or Lead or whatever the heck you call it. And then we got a full 7 days out there and then another 3.5 back. So it's a 14-day trip for us, and we're super stoked. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of motovloggers out there, get to meet up,
Finally. Oh yeah.
have a beer, see all those beautiful roads out there, man. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the roads and the
Hell yeah.
Black Hills and just seeing the sights and just it's beautiful. I've been out there, just not on a bike, and I'm just excited to do it on a bike. So can't wait. But appreciate you guys coming on, sharing your stuff with us, and hopefully we'll definitely link up out there, and get together, have a beer, and share some stories.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Ride safe. I'll check in with
Yeah.
you guys when you guys get going on the road. And Bobber, I'll check in with you, man, from time to time when you're out there.
Yeah, man.
Keep each other kind of in check.
We'll be all over the social media like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Instagram, all that shit, man.
Yeah, same here.
It's not on the bike, I hope.
So, I mean,
Deez, just remember I'm kind of on your way, so I know it's a little out of the way, but if you have any troubles or anything, holler.
You got it, man. I definitely will. I appreciate that.
So, and if you missed the first part of this live cast, Bell's Rides Motor was on here, and if you're in here and you're going to Sturgis and you're going to be out there, it's the day of morning of the 9th, right?
Yep.
So that link is in the description of the video below. It's $10 to join the Blue Ride. Goes to a great cause. Hashtag ish. And even if you're not going on the ride, get on there, buy a ticket, support the cause, and that's it. I'll see you guys. See you guys in South Dakota.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys there, and all you guys in the side chat. Stay tuned for a lot of content because we're going to be out there filming our butts off and getting it out to you guys. So stay tuned.
Absolutely. Be safe. Keep the rubber side down, brothers.
Hell yeah, man. Ride safe, guys.
Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Later.